Never forget about the heavyweight. Never let that happen. Never just go into a bodybuilding phase where you just completely forget about all sorts of weight. Yesterday I did rack pulls, and today I've got a sore back from my tailbone all the way to my neck. The amount of tension I put through my back was huge, and as a result, the DOMs are crazy. You definitely need both sides of the spectrum. Isolation stuff like the lat pull downs I've been doing, all that kind of stuff where you get the pump, pump galore, is great. But yesterday I did not have a pump, and today I wake up with soreness everywhere. I'm drained, my traps are sore, my rear delts are sore, my lats, erectors all the way from neck all the way down. All of that is sore. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying you have to do both. Both are very, very important. Obviously, I'm always going to lean towards the heavy weight, the functional movement, like the word functional. What the hell does that even mean? What I mean is like, the powerlifting movements where you're actually moving weight for the sake of moving weight. They're trying to think about recruiting the large toe muscle to do something. Nah, man, I always like the idea of being an athlete first. Being an athlete and then looking good as a result of that, But I know in the grand scheme of things, we've seen some absolutely extraordinary athletes in the world of sports who look like they've got dad bods. So I know that, there's also that existence where, a lot of people are like, oh, Ivan, you look like you don't even lift. And, initially I was annoyed by that because I train every day, I work hard every day. But then I kind of realized that that's an idea of somebody that doesn't understand, number one, who I am and what I'm trying to do. And number two, doesn't understand that athleticism doesn't have to look sexy. This idea that, the sexy guys are the most, athletic people is just a foolish, novice idea of human movement, athletics, and sports in general. Some of the fastest, most athletic guys I've been around have just looked normal, like me. And they had very impressive vertical leaps in basketball and all that. You'd never think that this guy can run as fast as he can run and jump and dunk and do all that sort of stuff. But he can. And so he doesn't look sexy. He just looks like a normal guy. Yet he's built this athletic ability which isn't shown on the cover of the book. And I think the large part of society now, especially now in this TikTok, OnlyFans world that we live in, it's all about what it seems, what it looks. No one really cares at first glance, what's under the covers. This guy, he looks like shit. Damn, he just squatted 300. So it's kind of like, picking a goal and sticking to it and not worrying too much about, the side effects. Obviously, we all want to look sexy, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all, want to look really impressive. But if you just stray too far into that, aesthetics world, your performance will suffer, I believe. For a very long time, I was like, nah, I don't want to get fat. I don't want to have a belly. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I just want to lean bulk, right? I just want to get stronger and stronger and stronger as time goes on. And my muscles will grow bigger and I'll get stronger and all of that. For a large part of my life, I thought like that. And then it finally kind of dawned on me that that's impossible. As a natural athlete, you cannot, stay 70 kilos all your life and just quadruple your freaking squatting. You're going to have to go through some cycles where you put some adipose tissue and then spend some months taking it off. But that's just one aspect of, how aesthetics, can harm you, in the sense of your development. You can't look, let's say, sexy year round. On the other spectrum, if you don't really care about aesthetics at all, I would probably say that those people have the most gains in terms of strength and muscular development and whatever. You might not see it, but these guys are the ones that are just, racking on weights on weights on weights on the barbell. And if you're Going from 2 plates to freaking 5 plates on the squat, you put on some freaking muscle. I don't care what you say. And it's that kind of dichotomy in your mind. It's like, my God, just blend it all. Blend it all. Don't get sucked in too much to the other side. All of these things that I've been doing in the last few months, they've been great. Absolutely great. But every so often I get reminded that, there are some things that cannot be replaced with the mindset of bodybuilding. Thinking about what you're recruiting at a given time. There's something to be said about, welding yourself to damn barbell, welding yourself with the damn straps, and just not even thinking about anything other than a flat back and just ripping that shit off the pins. That is not bodybuilder-like at all. That is just, let's move this shit. Let's just move it. Can I lift this thing off the ground? That is not bodybuilder-like mentality where you're trying to recruit a certain freaking fiber of a certain muscle or, maintain a certain posture or whatever. Nah, powerlifting, strongman, move the weight. Move the damn weight. Can you move the weight? And for some reason, that idea, that concept is so refreshing to me. It's so refreshing. I don't know. It's just that I lean towards that. Because that, to me, makes sense athletically. Can you move? Can you jump? Can you run? Can you lift? Can you take this implement and move it 30 kilometers, 30 meters? Can you do it? I don't know. I feel like each session that you come in, you have to take a particular cap, whether it's a bodybuilding cap or a powerlifting cap or a strongman cap, and go, okay, this is the mindset for today. Or even just, exercise to exercise. Maybe the first few exercises you do is like, okay, let's move some weight. Can I move this damn weight? And then maybe in your later part of your session, you're like, okay, it's not just about, putting that pin on that stack of weights right at the bottom. It's about, okay, can I target this particular weakness of this muscle? It's a definite transition. It's a definite transition because I remember when I first started doing lat pull downs, obviously I was just going, I can do 10, 15 pull-ups, but here I am doing 60 kilos or whatever it was, 50 kilos on a damn lat pull down. But I was like, trying to posture my chest out and, pinch my traps together and all that sort of stuff. And I was finding it difficult. But I had like this pump in a particular part of my body. I was like, whoa, I've never felt this muscle before. Because usually when you just move weight around, you tend to go for the stuff that's already strong. So that's a bodybuilding cap that's very, very good to have. So it's like, yeah, cool, no worries. If you want to train your back, yeah, do the lat pull downs and all of that. But do not forget about the rack pulls, the heavy deadlifts, the heavy RDLs, where you've welded yourself to the bar and you're like trying to, for the life of you, to keep that lower back flat. Can you move it in that, in that posture? Man, I don't know why, but every time I do posterior chain stuff like this out of the blue, and I light up my lower back and upper back, something in me is like, man, this is so good. Like, I literally feel like I'm on the right track. It's just like, nobody's going to say to you, your erectors are too big. Nobody's going to say your traps are too big. So every time those things are sore, I'm like, yesterday was a good day. It was a good day because I welded myself to the damn barbell on the rack pull and I tried to yank that shit off the pins. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.